I'll tell you what, though, if it's satisfaction you're after, I think I might have an idea.
Grab your portal gun and hold on to your Pickle Rick plushie, because things are about to get wubba lubba wild. From secret clones to emotional breakdowns disguised as burps, these 23 hidden backstories in Rick and Morty will melt your brain faster than Rick melts reality. Ready? Let's dive, Morty!
We could be infested with these things, so we gotta keep an eye out for any zany, wacky characters that pop up.
Strap in, grab your portal gun, and maybe some Szechuan sauce because we're diving headfirst into the chaotic multiverse of Rick and Morty. This isn't just a cartoon's a whirlwind of science, trauma, and excessive burping. Ever wonder how Rick knows every version of himself across infinite realities? Or why does Morty look constantly stressed? From the counsel of Rick's political schemes to evil Morty's mysterious rise, every moment hides secrets juicier than a plumbus. Jerry's life feels like cosmic comedy. Beth's identity is questionable. Summer might outshine them all. And Rick, he's probably already rewritten the timeline.
Everybody just relax for a second.
In Rick and Morty, the dynamic between Rick and Morty serves as a hyperbolic illustration of bipolar tendencies. Co-creator Dan Harmon explains that Rick represents the impulsive, driven side of a person, pushing for action and risk, while Morty embodies the hesitant, anxious, or depressive side, questioning every decision. This contrast exaggerates the internal conflict many experience, providing a comedic yet insightful lens into mental health struggles. The show consistently uses its relationship to explore real psychological themes, demonstrating how extreme personalities can clash yet coexist, reflecting the complexities of human emotion in exaggerated, entertaining scenarios.
But you're basically just a giant 8-year-old.
We're not doing this anymore. Either you're in or you're out, Morty.
Hold up! Could our favorite burping genius actually be Richard Sanchez? In Season 5, Episode 1, Mort Dinner Rick Andre, Mr. Nimbus casually calls Rick Richard, revealing his full name for the first time. Suddenly, Rick and Morty feel like a cosmic detective story. Richard and Mortimer, adventures through space and poor life choices. Is this just a quirk? Or does it hint at deeper secrets, lost universes, forgotten identities, or even hidden feelings? In true Rick fashion, nothing is simple. This small detail cracks open the multiverse, reminding fans that even a name can hold layers of chaos, comedy, and cosmic mystery. What would you do if you had the power to replace the people you lost? Could you handle living with your own creations? Justin Roiland, the mad genius behind Rick and Morty's voices, decided to go full method for a recording session, with tequila and beers in tow. Thinking he wasn't drunk enough to capture Rick's chaotic genius, Roiland kept demanding more shots mid-recording, much to the horror and amusement of the crew. Lines got slurred, timing went haywire, and staying on script became a comedy of errors. The team's collective no couldn't stop him from turning the session into a goofy, tipsy spectacle. Clearly, method acting with alcohol isn't easy, but it's sure made for legendary behind-the-scenes chaos.
Will you text me back and let me know if I sound drunk to you? Do I sound drunk right now? Text me back.
Rick clearly had a sidekick before Morty Kyle. In Mort Dinner, Rick Andre, Mr. Nimbus casually mentions him, and Rick's reaction is priceless, hinting at hidden emotional baggage. Later, in Forgetting Sarek Morchal, the Wheel of Sidekicks shows Kyle 2.0, confirming that a Kyle 1.0 existed somewhere in the multiverse. Fans speculate he could have been a failed clone, a rival genius, or even Rick's emotional support intern. Whatever the truth, it shows Rick's chaotic tendency to keep backups for everything, his sidekicks. Morty might be the star, but Kyle's shadow looms large across infinite realities.
Were you just drunk when you were here?
I'm drunk now. Where's all the rusty nails? Where's the herpes family flume?
In the Rick Shank Redemption, Season 3, Episode 1, we glimpse Rick's early life and tragic turning point. Before mastering portal travel, an alternate Rick offers him godlike power, which he refuses, seeking a normal life. But then, a portal bomb kills his wife, Diane, and daughter Beth, though Rick later calls this memory fake. Rick Mirai Jack, Season 5, Episode 10, confirms much of it. Grief and revenge drive him to perfect portal travel, hunt other Ricks, and become Rick C-137. the ultimate twist. Morty isn't just a sidekick. He's a living replacement for Rick's lost family.
My tentative plans to purchase a hat and 6 years of improv workshops. Comedy comes in 3.
Let's be honest, Rick Sanchez isn't your average mad scientist. He's the multiverse's ultimate chaos machine with a PhD in emotional damage. In Season 1, Episode 6, Rick Potion Number 9 inches, we see just how cold and detached he can be. After a love potion for Morty goes disastrously wrong, it causes a worldwide apocalypse. But instead of fixing it, Rick simply bounces to another dimension, one almost identical to theirs, where alternate versions of him and Morty had just died in a lab accident. So what does Rick do? He buries their bodies in the backyard, grabs a beer, and goes on with his day like nothing happened. Meanwhile, Morty is mentally scarred for life. This moment perfectly sums up Rick's philosophy. Nothing matters. Not love, not loss, not even reality itself. Because for Rick, every problem has an escape hatch, and every emotion, a portal to avoid it.
Wait, but where's our real dad and our real Morty?
Buried in the backyard.
Rick may not just be a one-time absentee father, he could be a multiversal deadbeat dad hopping through realities. In Rick Potion Number 9, Season 1, Episode 6, the 9th love potion disaster hints at a pattern. Failed experiments, abandoned universes, and a new family every time. His casual attitude toward burying his old body and moving on suggests this isn't his first portal-hopping mishap. Even accusations from the Citadel about murdering other Ricks could be twisted family reunions gone wrong. Rick's life might be less about science and more about repeatedly skipping responsibilities across infinite realities.
Only you, forever.
Is this punk bothering you, Jessica?
Leave him alone, jerk! I'm in love with him!
In Close Rick Counters of the Rick Kind, Season 1, Episode 10, we briefly see Rick C-137 holding a baby Morty, even tearing up a rare glimpse of emotion. However, according to his backstory, Rick and Morty, Season 5, Episode 10. Beth is already an adult, and Morty a teenager. So, how does baby Morty exist? This suggests Rick's memories may be tangled across timelines, or he's interacted with multiple Mortys before the series begins. It could explain why he's secretive and emotionally guarded. Even Rick himself may not fully remember which family was truly his first. What if Rick's tragic backstory is only part of the story? In Rick Mirai Jack, Season 5, Episode 10, we learn about his wife and daughter's deaths and his move to a new dimension. But it's possible Rick lived in other realities long before that, maybe even raising a baby Morty elsewhere. This aligns with the theory around Rick Potion Number 9, suggesting he's switched realities multiple times. Each jump could mean leaving behind families, Mortys, and memories. The real mystery isn't just who Rick is, it's how many versions of himself exist, buried across countless universes.
You say we go home.
I'd like that.
Hey, wait, do you have 5126? I'm not sure. Morty.
In Get Swifty, Season 2, Episode 5, Morty takes Rick's portal gun for a solo joyride and ends up at Birdperson's home. While exploring, he spots a photo of young Rick holding a baby and asks, "Who's that baby?" Fans speculate it might not be Morty at all. It could be Kyle, a mysterious and possibly forgotten child of Rick's. Given Rick's interdimensional chaos and the near-identical timelines of Dimension C-137 and C-131, this photo hints at a deeper, hidden layer of Rick's past, suggesting his family history may be far more complicated than the show has revealed.
Citadel of Ricks. It's the secret headquarters for the Council of Ricks.
Council of Rick?
The relationship between Rick and Morty is far from simple. On the surface, they're the classic genius and sidekick duo, but underneath lies manipulation, heartbreak, and dark humor. Some fans theorize that Rick erased Morty Prime's childhood memories, explaining why Morty doesn't always recognize himself in Rick's flashbacks. Add Rick's habit of swapping Mortys like interchangeable parts, including the free replacement Morty voucher, and it becomes clear that Rick values companionship, but not stability. His twisted affection may emerge through chaos rather than traditional care, revealing that in the multiverse, love can be as complex and unpredictable as interdimensional travel.
I know how you feel, Summer.
No, you don't. You're the little brother. You're not the cause of your parents' misery. You're just a symptom of it.
Rick's backstory might be far messier than fans realize. The cracked driveway scene when he supposedly crashes into Rick Prime's home perfectly matches the one in Dimension C-131, suggesting he didn't just replace Rick Prime. He's been hopping realities, possibly living with different versions of the same family. Beth's line, "I don't want him to leave again," hints that he already abandoned them once before returning. That baby Morty memory? It could belong to an earlier timeline, proof that Rick once lived with a younger version of Morty before the events we know. Rick hasn't just escaped grief, he's rewritten his entire life across universes, leaving a trail of alternate families behind.
Allah Akbar! We're gonna take control of this plane. We're gonna 9/11 it.
The central finite curve, which shocked many viewers in the season 5 finale, was actually hinted at much earlier in the series. During Rick's trial in Close Rick Counters of the Rick kind, the council refers to him as the malcontent of all the Ricks in the central finite curve. While casual viewers might have dismissed it as sci-fi jargon, attentive fans recognized the significance, piecing together the concept of the curve long before its full reveal. This early foreshadowing shows how the show subtly built its multiverse lore, rewarding eagle-eyed fans who paid attention to seemingly throwaway lines.
Non-cooperation with the council. Yeah, so does the scientist formerly known as Rick. Why isn't he?
Rick lying to his family? Big surprise. In ABC's of Beth, Season 3, Episode 9, Rick C-137 tells Beth C-131. He used to make her cool toys as a kid, but that's impossible. He wasn't even her Rick growing up. The real one was Rick C-131. So why lie? Maybe it's guilt or loneliness. Some fans think Rick C-137 might have jumped into the prime dimension long before Beth was an adult, maybe when she was still a child, or even before Diane's death. If that's true, his lies could really be scrambled memories from another Beth and another timeline. It's a classic Rick move, bending the truth to hide pain, patch his broken heart, and pretend everything's fine.
Look at some of the shit you were asking me to make you as a kid. Ray guns, a whip that forces people to like you.
Rick isn't just a man. He's practically a walking science experiment with a god complex. In Season 3, Episode 1, we see his consciousness hop bodies like it's switching TV channels, overthrowing governments in the process. Then again, in Season 4 and Season 7, he dies repeatedly, only to respawn in clone bodies, proving his essence isn't physical at all. Maybe that's why Rick doesn't see family the way normal people do, if he can reboot himself endlessly. What's one Beth or Morty among infinite versions? His care for them might not even be lies, just the twisted logic of someone who views life and love as replaceable data in his cosmic hard drive. Hit that subscribe button, or Rick might erase your memories next. Don't risk it. Despite often being portrayed as bumbling, Jerry has moments that reveal his cleverness. In Big Trouble in Little Sanchez, he notices Beth's idealized rendering and cleverly transfers the helmet to himself, exposing her godlike behavior. In The Wedding Squanchers, while Beth struggles with the word squanch, Jerry nails it on the first try, earning a laugh from Squanchy. These small but significant moments show that Jerry isn't as clueless as he seems. Hardcore fans appreciate these subtle details, which give Jerry a more nuanced and capable characterization beyond the usual comedic trope.
Jerry, are you f***ing peeking?
Tell me what's going on. You're scaring me.
Rick isn't just the smartest man in the multiverse, he's also one of the pettiest. In Morty's Mind Blowers, Season 3, Episode 8, we see him deleting Morty's memories, not only the traumatic ones, but also moments that make Rick look foolish. For instance, when Morty corrected Rick's grammar, that memory vanished. Rick may claim it's to protect Morty, but it also safeguards his ego. This constant manipulation helps explain why Morty always seems stuck at 14. Old enough for adventures, too young to challenge Rick. Ultimately, Morty's deepest trauma may be not what he remembers, but everything Rick erases from his mind.
I'm gonna kill myself! All those memories just erased! Sitting in this room collecting dust!
Rick's darkest secret isn't just that he's reckless, it's how far he goes to satisfy his own desires. In Rick Mirai Jack, Season 5, Episode 10, Evil Morty reveals a brain scan showing Rick C-137 manipulating Mortys across infinite realities. He created the central finite curve, making himself the smartest being in every universe, while cloning Mortys, wiping their memories, and placing them where convenient, often discarding them when they age out. These Mortys are pawns, deprived of childhoods, kept eternally young for Rick's enjoyment. Combined with his ability to transfer his consciousness into alternate bodies, fear no more, Season 7. Rick's life is a cycle of selfishness, power, and trauma, with everyone around, including Morty being expendable. In the comics, Rick and Birdperson share a more explicitly romantic relationship, which adds depth to their interactions on the show. In the Season 5 episode Rickternal Friendshine of the Spotless Mort, Rick reacts defensively when Birdperson calls their bond a relationship, hinting at deeper feelings. This tension, combined with Rick's later bitterness at Birdperson's wedding, aligns with the comic's portrayal, giving fans a richer understanding of their connection. Die-hard viewers who follow both the show and the comics can appreciate the layered dynamics, seeing how Rick's emotions toward Birdperson go beyond friendship.
I am a cyborg photographer. Just act natural. This is a candid shot.
Rick's life may seem bleak, but it offers a lesson. Trauma doesn't have to define us. While he let his pain turn him selfish, we have a choice. Everyone experiences hardship, yet we can still seek light in dark times. Small acts of kindness, like a compliment or helping someone, create ripples of positivity. What we put into the world comes back to us, shaping our own happiness and the lives of others. Even when life feels heavy, focusing on small positive actions each day can transform both ourselves and the world around us. The choice to spread positivity is ours.
Awesome! Are you going to set all their nukes to target each other?
Or reprogram their military portals to disintegrate their entire space fleet?
In this episode, the Mega Seed temporarily enhances Morty's intelligence, making him appear exceptionally smart in front of Beth and Jerry. His sudden brilliance convinces them that he is learning from his adventures with Rick, prompting them to reconsider their decisions about his schooling. Meanwhile, Morty's heightened intellect is short-lived, and he quickly returns to his usual state, drooling and twitching on the garage floor. This temporary change highlights how external factors can manipulate perceptions of Morty's abilities, emphasizing that his true intelligence isn't fixed, but can be influenced by temporary external stimuli like Rick's experimental interventions.
And we're gonna incept the idea in his brain to give you A's in math, Morty. That way you could,
In Rick and Morty, Mr. Poopy Butthole plays a pivotal role in the Parasite invasion during the episode Total Recall. While initially thought to be innocent, he unexpectedly appears after Rick kills Uncle Steve, triggering a series of events that introduce other parasites like Cousin Nicky. His sudden appearance and mention of being at Hulk the Musical act as a narrative catalyst, setting off the chain reaction of parasite infiltration. This fuels fan speculation on Reddit about his true nature, suggesting he may have been part of the parasite scheme all along.
I don't like glowing rocks in the kitchen trash.
Well, I don't like your unemployed genes and my grandchildren, Jerry.
Challenging viewers' assumptions about who is real and who is a parasite. Click the next video before Morty accidentally blows up the multiverse.